This is a question on kinematics in Specialist Maths, Victoria. So the question says a car is quoted as having 0 to 100 kilometers per hour time of 8 seconds. So what this means is this car starts at 0 meters per second and attains some meters per second. Now one thing that we have to do to start with is to change this into meters per second, and because this is in seconds, so this is velocity in meters per second and this is time in seconds. So I've drawn a sketch. So when time started, the speed was 0, and after 8 seconds it attained a speed of 100 kilometers per hour. So well, you can do that. 100 kilometers per hour, if you change that into meters per second, is 250 on 9 meters per second. Okay, so you can write this coordinate. This coordinate is going to be 0, 0, and this coordinate is going to be 8, 250 on 9. So well, you want to find the distance traveled reaching 100 kilometers per hour. So basically they are asking us to find this distance, that is the area under this triangle, or area of this triangle would represent the distance the car covered in 100 meters per second. Well, we know distance is, this area of this triangle is half times base, which is 8, times height, which is 250 on 9. So this goes 2 goes in 8 4 times, so the distance that is traveled is 1000 on 9, and the answer that is given, you can check, is 111 on 1 on 9 meters to be exact. So it traveled 111 point something meters in 8 seconds when it attained the speed of 100 kilometers per hour. The next part of the question is to find the speed. You want to find the speed when the car has covered 400 meters mark. Okay, so the distance covered is around 100 or 111 point something, but now of course we have to assume that the car is having constant acceleration. So let's look at this diagram. I've already drawn this. So here this car started with a speed of 0 meters per second when time was 0. In 8 seconds it attained the speed of 250 on 9, and we want to find what is this velocity when this area under this triangle is 400. That's the question. So this is 400 meters. So what is this velocity? Okay, so we know, we can say 400, or half times t times v is 400. So this implies, if you multiply 2 to both sides, t times v is 800. T times v is 800. Okay, let's see. Okay, now if you look at these two similar triangles, or if you look at the gradient of this line, the gradient of this line is the same. So we can use also similar triangles. So we can say v on t, velocity on t, is same as 250 on 9 divided by 8. Okay, so this is velocity, this is the velocity, and this is time. So this ratio is equal to, this is 250 on 9, this is 250 on 9, and this is 8. So making t the subject, so excuse me, so velocity on time is 250 on 72. Simplifying that, it is 125 on 36. So if you make t the subject, t can be written as 36v on 125. So I'm making t the subject because I want velocity. So now I'm going to put this value of this t into this equation. Okay, so let me scroll down. Okay, so let me keep it like this. Okay, so let me remove this. Okay, so I've got some working space. So substitute this in this equation, we can say 36v on 125 times v is 800. So this is v squared is equal to 800 times 125 on 36. So I try to do without a calculator. So 4 goes in 36 9 times, and 4 goes in 800 200 times. So well, velocity, okay, let me do this. Velocity squared is 200 is 100 times 2, which is 10 squared times 2, times 125 is 25 times 5, so which is 5 squared times 5 on 3 squared. So now taking root of both sides, or square root of both sides, I can say, well, velocity is square root of 10 squared is 10. So this is 50 root 10 on 3 is the, or meters per second is the velocity when the car reached 400 meters. So let's confirm whether the answer is right. Okay, well, we know t is 36v on 125. So if you substitute this here, you can work it out. I already worked it out. I've already worked this out. So if you substitute v in this equation, t works out to be 24 root 10 on 5, and we know t times v should be 800. So let's see. Okay, so let me scroll up. Okay, so t times v should be 800. So t is 24 root 10 on 5 times 50 root 10 on 3. So 5 goes in 50 10 times, 3 goes in 24 8 times. So this is 8 times root 10 squared, which is 800, or the distance is half of this, which is 400.